Hello, everyone. My name is Shadow, and I'll be your entertainer this evening. We're going to be playing some more of Minecraft Better Fantasy today, and probably just doing a lot of mining. So, mostly resource grinding. Probably a lot of dying to mobs in caves. We'll see how that goes. After all, Oh, right. Ah, I almost forgot. I also have a little fun thing to show. Finally got myself a new skin. Even drew it myself. It looks a little different with this, I think, resource pack is what's doing the more solid skin look. As you can see, it kind of matches my VTuber model now. So that's a new thing. And there's kind of how it looks from the back. Looks pretty decent. Yeah, drew that myself. I'm kind of proud of that. I did forget that I was going to show that off at the start of stream. Luckily, my hands reminded me. But yeah, that is a thing now. Put our armor back on so we don't die too easily. Yes, so the idea today is to get a mine started. So I was making glass. But want to store the glass so we don't lose it. And we'll probably want to take a couple of pickaxes. And should be alright. Take a crafting table so we can make more if we need to. And I'll probably want a furnace to take with me while I'm down there, but I can always make one out of the stone I'm going to carve out. So I'll probably want my mine to start generally down here beneath the house. And we're just gonna essentially dig down until we hit bedrock now. Because that's how I do mines. Completely forgot about the idea of having torches. 1 second. Perfect. Well, not perfect. Who knows how many we'll actually need, but should be alright. And we already hit a cave. Which just goes over here. Problem more being the water cave itself. So that's going to be almost impossible to mine through. Luckily, it doesn't seem like it is too much. Or at least it doesn't. The wire doesn't go too far. I'm actually going to take the torches out of my offhand. I can see when it's getting dark. I was wrong. Not that it matters much, but... And there's water again. The one downside of having these mods is honestly the sheer amount of underground stuff I'm probably going to run into. But yes, I can try to mine the same way I normally would. But also I can... I know that there's like dungeons everywhere. And I can see where those dungeons want to be nearby. Or might be, or could be a cave. And that's not... Nope, that's not a thing, so we're safe. Just a random hole in the... random pocket of air in the ground. If this were real life, that would probably have explosive gases. Putting a torch down would have made it all explode on me. Now we did have Skulk, so we should have the Deep Dark here. I don't know if we're anywhere near one, obviously. Also very near a cave, which I'm not terribly excited about. Fucking hell, not again. Ugh. I don't know how to turn that off. Like that, apparently. I already have the music, like, way down. I don't even know if that's under music. Why does it pause? Can I run away from it? Why? Why? Nothing is happening. Why? Why are you like this? I don't think the music actually changed either. Jukebox or something? Or under ambient, maybe? I mean, it's obviously like something modded or... I don't think that changed anything. I guess I'm just living with the constant boss battle music jump scare. Lord. Okay, we are in the trails and something update. We've got caves and cliffs, we've got trails and whatever it was. That's the wrong side. So I need to keep an eye out for any weird gravel. I don't think it would be down here. But in my vanilla worlds, I've run into suspicious gravel and suspicious sand in the weirdest of spots. Finally got deep slate, at least. And what's unfortunate is that I'm never lucky enough to discover it before it breaks. It's always when the gravel or sand falls, and I get that chunk sound that means, yeah, no, you can't get stuff out of it anymore. Very annoying. I think I can see the green cave thing that we have over there. Which way is up? That way's up. That is the way we're mining. Oh. Yeah, no, it's right here. That's kind of in the way. That's kind of annoying. That's kind of annoying. Gimme. I've got it. Fly. Nope. The thing is, I don't want to break the skulk vein and then not be able to collect it later. You're annoying. But, like, that's kind of where we're going here. I mean, I think I can make more of it with, like, bone meal and stuff. Or maybe once I collect a skull catalyst, I can make more. I don't remember. I'm sure there's a way to make more, though. Is that correct? Yes, because I missed one. I got distracted by this and I missed one. That can be correct. Wait, no. No? Bad. The spot doesn't technically need one. But what we can do is we can do that and remove this one. Should be fine. Move that one down one. That's good. That's good. I don't think I'm setting off sensor. Not getting sounds. That's an ancient city, though. That's a catalyst. That's a sensor. Basically, I don't want to go this way. I'm definitely getting wardened if I do. Shrieker. Or I can go this way and I just need a lot of wool. I didn't see them sending sound. But also I don't have far to go this way anyway. The turning point. Oh, the city goes all the way over here. There's no way to bedrock with this. Not seeing a shrieker on this side. Down there, sure. Not up here. Can you get close enough to break the shrieker? I don't know what the range on these is the problem. And I do actually want to save some of the materials I just got. Breakable with a hoe. I could do that. Should fly around down here though. I wouldn't make any noise, would I? That's why there was so much skulk up here. But a wooden hoe would be fine. Got the supplies for that. In fact, I've got the supplies to do one better. Am I just too light for my steps to be heard here? That's a question. I don't think I was able to pick that up. It seems like if I want to harvest one, I definitely need... I don't think I'm hearing a shrieker go off. It does seem to be the only one nearby. I'm definitely not picking up anything. Which sucks. The silk touch is actually kind of hard to get. Okay, they can definitely hear my footsteps if I'm not sneaking. There's just no shriekers. That took care of the problem. We can get to where we can see the ancient city without it being a problem. Yeah. All right. Well, what do we do with that? What I wanted was cobblestone and tuff mostly, which I got, and andesite. Why does my keep doing that? Did I forget to turn off my cape? No, this just has a cape. Eh. Yeah. I think the pocket of andesite was up here, so I can get more of that. Pocket of tuff was down there. What I've got now should be fine for at least figuring out what to do. Hey, buddy. Oh, and conveniently the sun is setting right as we get home. Perfect time for a nap. I've seen a few different ideas for this. And a lot of them are kind of similar to what this is doing at the base. Hold on, let's just... I think mossy cobble would be useful too for some of this. Basically, they use andesite to sort of filter from smooth stone to textured. I think cobble is usually the next layer that they start to do. And then tuff near the top. And then basically I don't want any smooth stone at the top. Kind of like that. I mean, obviously it's not perfect. I'm copying an idea. And I do kind of want to build it up. Whoop. That I have sort of all four. Especially since this is the very base. This is sort of supporting all the weight here. Heck. Fell in. I don't think I have any smooth stone just lying around, though. Not that that's hard to make. I'll just give that a minute. Definitely gonna need a lot more andesite and tough for that, though. So down we go. I think this should be away from any unexpected mob situations, I guess. Doesn't seem like a very big pocket, though. I am mildly worried that those zombie noises could be coming from above us, so I'm not gonna dig up. As much as I'd like to get the rest of that andesite, I can see red dots above me, and I don't trust that. I'll get those later. I think the tough was down in the deep slate. Ish. Yeah, here we go. Did forget for a second that we were that close to the shriekers. Or rather, the sensors. But hey, that's why we disabled the Shrieker. That should be enough to go back with. For now, at least. I will say I really don't like the mine part of Minecraft. Really not my thing. Yep. Take that for now. Nope. That one. Sun's going down. Let's get some sleep before we get monsters. I hope that was enough. And there's more inside. I'm gonna go get him. Wrong. Bird kind of freaked me out with his tail there. If there's one thing I struggle with, it's absolutely natural formations. Definitely a stronger filler, though. Thicker than it was. Give me that. Now this side's uniform, ain't it? I guess some parts of it can be uniform, but not 3 of them. Heck. Where did it go? Where'd my rock go? There you are. Come here. Mine. Well, now those are uniform. The heck? Both too short, so I fixed it, and now it's uniform. Mildly better. Imagine doing this every time you were trying to make a world. This is why humans can't be gods. Spend too much time on it. But yes, that is the general idea. How much andesite do I have? Plenty. F. More than that. Why am I still holding the glass? I'm going to need so much more smooth stone, though. Cobblestone's not hard to come by. That is entirely coal and patience. Lose my landing platform when I do this. In fact, I should probably just remove this now. At the end of the day, this landing platform is going to be gone, and I need to adjust for that information. I can still have this triangle spot, but at the end of the day, this landing platform is going to be maple wood. Let's just make a small platform now, if I can work with it. And away you go. Why do I have oak logs? Where did I... Never mind, I know where I got those. I don't need gravel. I don't have a place to put gravel. I needed those oak logs. Gimme. I don't know where to put this. I guess next to the wood. This is where stone-related things that I'm not using at the moment will go. I guess. Now I need more coal. Hey, give me that. I also need more cobblestone, but that's an easy achievement. Coal, that's a little harder. Need 1 coal for every 8 cobblestone. Which I guess isn't that coal. It does end up being a lot of coal at the end of the day. This one's also going to need an adjustment. Kind of like that that one goes up a little higher. We'll see. Bedtime. Where's a good spot for a cobblestone quarry? That's got water under it. Andesite. Thought there were zombies here for some reason. Thought I could hear them. No, this is not the andesite spot. This is not where the zombies were. Is this a spot? Is this my spot? This is my spot. I'll grab some andesite while I'm here too, since I can. Oh, this is mostly andesite, isn't it? This is not a cobblestone quarry, this is andesite. Unless we go the other way. The other way looks like a cave, though. Well, if we end up in a cave, we'll at least have access to a cave. Iron. I mean, I do need more iron. I'm not usually very good about collecting iron and actually using it. Most of the time I end up in just leather armor for the entire playthrough. Only reason I've got chainmail now is because I found it. And this weird holy chest plate thing. Which I assume if I keep raiding cleric towers I will find more of? What? Who? Who the heck made that noise? And why? I don't know. I do not want any. I don't know who you are, and I do not want any. That noise is not a comfortable noise. It is not a testificate noise, and it is not a monster noise, and I don't like that. I think that's lit enough to not have monsters. Oh, give. It honestly sounded kind of like a llama noise, but I can't imagine why there would be llamas down there. Oh, I have coal. Huh. Interesting. Oops. I guess I have more coal now. Well, specifically for this project. Here we go. Tired. That's a lot of hole digging, and I'm not good at digging holes. Digging holes is stressful and scary, and there are a lot of monsters down there. I like flying better. I much prefer to fly. Honestly, I kind of want to just leave the roof open since I fly anyway. Like, I know that's inviting probably a bunch of monsters and stuff. But I kind of want to do it just 'cause. I want to make it look nicer if I'm going to do that, but I might just do that. I also need to do something about those trees because they're way too tall. You're all intertwined and you're going to be more than 100 blocks, aren't you? Oh, yep. Can't cut down any of them. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love these trees. They are honestly really pretty. I just have no idea how to deal with them sometimes. Honestly, most of the problem is probably the fact that I have made the mistake of planting them too close together. Now I just kind of have to figure out where the heck I need to separate them for them to be less than 100 blocks. It's just so much of this tree. You probably build a proper, like, tree house in this if you wanted to. But also, it's getting dark and I don't want to be out when the mobs are out. We have seen... Well, we haven't seen how that tends to go, I don't think, on this series. I've been a little extra paranoid about that, thanks to a little irk about being extra delicious to mobs. But I'm sure the moment that I manage to stay out too late, we will see exactly how that tends to go for me. That was the wrong button. Also, the fact that you can apparently mince iron? That's interesting. Wasn't the button I was going for, but hey. not the one I wanted. Here we go. Okay, I got a section there. Like a legitimate section. Oh, and that was apparently less than 100. That was still falling. Oh, hey, sea bunny. And there's still sections up there. Okay. All right, let's work with this. Quite it. Another one. Not really connected to anything. Okay. Now that's all cleaned up. I think we're going to leave that lot empty for a minute. That was a lot of cleaning up. Oh. Those are in here. That is a lot of goodness. Those are going to need their own box at this point. I don't suppose they don't even make logs. Hold on, how do you make... How do you make the doors if you don't... I'm missing something? What? How do I have the recipe for these two doors if I don't even have the... Okay. That shouldn't has planks and stuff. Right, so until I decide I want to do something with either the logs or the leaves, I don't think I'm gonna do anything with trumpet one. Is that apparently I can't do anything with? Which could be my fault. I might have quirk on wrong, since that's apparently a quirk thing. I kind of just didn't change any of the settings when I came in, so I don't know. Oh, I need another pickaxe. That's why I was holding on to that iron. Okay. Wonderful time for a bedtime. There. One in there. Not quite there. It is very close, but I think I want the andesite a little lower right here. Yeah, it's not the original shape. I think that kind of is better for it if it's not the original shape here. I think the problem there is that it needs to blend into this guy as well. Oh, lost a torch. Which is kind of to be expected. Nope, not. Darn it. That was a drop with stone. Not ideal. That right there is a little too smooth. Don't like that. A little better. Nope. It's definitely man-made, but I think that's decent for pillars. Need to bring this guy up, though. You kind of like that. Bit weird, but I like it. What else do we have? We have this one, which has copper in it. This one, which is our sort of landing pad pillar. And this one beneath the birdhouse. Birdhouse? Griffin house? The question here is, do I still want the copper to be a feature? The only place I can really incorporate the copper is the andesite layer. Not entirely sure if I can do that very well, though. So that is pretty high up for the andesite layer. On that pillar, that is. I need a break from making pillars, though. The sun won't go down fast enough. Ooh. Okay. Well. Oh, I forgot I broke my hoe. Need a replacement. There we go. Guess we may as well do some gardening. I mean, we're pretty much set on food for life, but you never know when you might suddenly need more food. Still don't know what to do with this. Oh, the tomatoes are like that too? goodness. I mean, I guess I kind of get it, but still. And off we go to do some cooking. Wrong button. That is not how you cook. What do we do with this strawberry? Make tomato soup with sugar, which we just harvested some sugar cane, so we definitely have sugar. Make potato salad. We don't have beetroot, so probably not. Fried chicken. Why does everything require a bowl, even if it doesn't use a bowl? Oh, I did forget to replant the lettuce. My bad. Would have been very disappointed in myself for that. And we should probably deal with all the seeds too. Is that really the only thing that came through as seeds? Eh. Fine by me. Let's take the bowls so we can actually make stuff. Ooh, and flour. That way we can make pasta. Right. Now let's try that again. What about the strawberries? Make strawberry tea. Or oatmeal. I don't think we have oats, though. I haven't figured out how to replant oats. Grandma's strawberry cake with dough, strawberries, and sugar. We can do that. We don't have yeast. But we can have yeast, I think. That's water, sugar, and wheat. We have wheat. I can get a bucket of water. And sugar is just that. Eventually I'll figure out how to do a flyby. And that was cooking, so that'll be this one, I think. It's water, sugar, and wheat. And then a bowl. Doing something. Oh yes, it is. It tells me what I can do. I forget. Sometimes I forget that there are crafting recipe books. Yay, we got yeast. Now, while we are here, we may as well make some tomato soup. Not exactly what I was doing. Something with strawberries. I need to make dough. That's what it was. And that's stirring water, flour, and yeast. I need water again. Let's try our flyby again. Got it. Haha. This is... I think this is the stirring one. Do that, that, and that. Heck. Try that again, I guess. I got dough. And then we use the stove and we put in a dough and... oh, recipe. Right. Recipe is not telling me what goes there. And it took all of my strawberries, so I cannot check. I guess it needs a heat source. I have coal. Does it want coal? It wants coal. You're about to have successfully made soup and pie. Woo. Now, like any good fae, it is only proper to offer the food that you have made to others, so that they may be tricked into staying in the fae realm. You guys would accept my food, right? You saw how it was cooked. There's no tricks in it. No obligatory contracts. What else can I do with dough? I can make noodles. What can I do with noodles? I could make Chicken wrapped in bacon with noodles. Well, that's a lot of steps. Or I can make roast chicken, or I can make pasta with onion sauce, which is probably much more achievable right about now because I've got a lot of onions. It took all of my dough. I did not want to give it all of my dough. Give me that back. Need to be careful when trying to give it dough. It may try to take everything that I have. Why are you facing that direction? So then noodle and onion. And suddenly you don't have any heat left. Okay. I see how it is. Deceptive. Lying. What else do we do with dough? We can make bread or a pretzel. I don't have butter, so probably not a pretzel. What do we do with bread? We turn it into a farmer's breakfast. Or an onion soup. Should probably make a separate chest for some of this. Not sure what most of these blessings do. I'm sure we'll figure that one out. You know, I don't want to spend my glass on glass bottles. I need glass bottles for this, and blaze powder. Think of it, I haven't even been to the Nether yet. Apparently I haven't killed any squids either. Okay, so one coal will complete one of whatever is being cooked, it seems like. Why is this not going in? Is it here? The onion thing? Yeah, there it goes. Also do Potato soup or corn grits? Try corn grits after this one. Admittedly, I'm not a fan of grits normally, but hey. This isn't a normal world. This is Minecraft. That's another one that does rested, apparently. They are missing one. That's why it wasn't working. Now we can get grits. To think all of this came from one harvest. Probably feed a family of like 20 with all this. Luckily, we do not have a family of 20. Or perhaps unluckily. I mean, and I lost my train of thought. Oh. Did I already? Yeah, that turns into flour if I put it in the mincer. Why have I not done this yet? Horse feed, chicken feed, and oat bale. Yeast can make sausage with oat patty. Oatmeal. Dried oats. Flour. No sign of how to get the seeds, though. Well, that kind of sucks. You'll need to plant some new cactus. So nettle, lavender, and oat. Those are all part of Let's Do. Oh, that's interesting. Hmm. Fertilizer. Okay. Interesting. And clearly there are oat seeds, which you have to craft. Oh. Barley seeds you get from barley. Lettuce seeds you get from lettuce. Tomato seeds you get from tomato. Strawberry seeds you get from strawberry. Oat seeds you get from bone mealing wheat. What the F? What, did they just run into some situation where they couldn't get the thing to work? Or that's what that is. Huh. I don't even... Oh, heck, it is dark outside. Not supposed to stay out after dark. So the monsters appear. I only got one bit of seeds out of that. There we go. So... You're kidding me. You're kidding me. The whole time. This whole time. I... Mm. 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 How was it? That was... Mm. 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 Okay. Sure. Yep. That's how it works. That is how it works. That's how it works. Let's just real quick try another thing that I was curious about. Is that? Nope, that is still nettle. And that just hits everything on the sides. Hmm. Right. There's not much else about the tea, it seems like. I'm curious about the hat. I might get this just for aesthetics. Just wool and gold. Interesting. Hmm. Quite certain I've seen sheep around. I haven't actually started my own horticulture area, but I think I've got wool. I don't know if I can craft wool. 4-string. Probably not. What are the chances that there are just sheep around who would donate some wool for me to have a hat? Probably pretty low. I think last time I needed wool, I ended up collecting cobwebs. I need to collect some sheep. And I didn't bring my bed thing. Okay, we're at about noon. We should be good for a minute. That's a Shiba Inu? Yeah. Not a sheep, though. A cow. Hello, cows. Do you have any sheep friends nearby? So I've heard there are two types of bears in mods. Some are fluffy and friendly, some are major. Which are you? Are you the fluffy friendly kind? You're not attacking me. You are the fluffy friendly kind. Hello. You are very fluffy and friendly. You're not a sheep though, which is what I needed. Should probably head back before I end up out after dark. We found normal cows, we found normal pigs, but not sheep. That is disappointing. And I'm probably going to end up being out after dark. Just by virtue of I traveled a little too far. Oopsies. Every single evil undead thing is going to chase me down. And then get confused when I fly up into a fairy house that they cannot reach. That is the purpose of it, after all. That the undead cannot reach me. Only my trusty bird friend can reach. There we go. Into bed before the sun had even fully set. Perfect. Unfortunately, I do not think we have time to do a full search, as I am just about out of time anyway. So, thank you guys for joining me. As always, if you enjoyed the videos, you can find all of the previous episode and anything else that I've played on my YouTube channel at Roanoke VT. And if you'd like to catch this live in the future, you can do so at twitch.tv/Roanoke VT. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you next time.